haven't been on YouTube that long, but I have to admit, it has changed me. I'll tell you how it's changed me. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan Fox, if you're new around here, and I am so excited for this video. I'm filming it really last minute here. I put my kids to bed, but I wanted to film this while it was still fresh in my mind. I filmed a video last week where I talked about the year in review and looking into next year, and so many of you asked me what is my word for the year gonna be this year. So I wanted to let you know what I finally settled on, and also I found a hate channel or forum, I guess you could call it, online about me, and I wanna just react to that a little bit. This channel is not a place of drama and controversy and things like that, but I think that I have some good points to make, so I would like to talk about that in just a second. But this video is sponsored by Audible. So this is the time of year where everybody's making New Year's resolutions, and I think no matter what goal you're setting for yourself or resolutions you're making, Audible has a book to help you get there. They have so many titles in their library, and I just love listening to an audiobook. I don't have time to read a ton, but when I'm working, I love listening to audiobooks. And Audible makes it really affordable, and they have lots of really good exclusive titles that they themselves have, as well as so many other popular titles that you might find interesting. And Audible has come up with kind of like a little game or challenge where if you finish 3 audiobooks by March 3rd, they're gonna give you a $20 Amazon gift card. Yeah, I just think that sounds so fun. You don't really have to do anything at all. Audible keeps track of it for you. And then after March 3rd, if you did it, you get 20 bucks to Amazon. Also, if you're an Audible member, you get to pick 3 books every month, 1 audiobook and 2 exclusive Audible originals. And they actually have exclusive fitness programs if that's something that is on your New Year's resolution list that you want to work on this year with fitness. And if you have not really been an audiobook listener before, it's going to change your life once you start. I listen to audiobooks while I'm driving. I listen to them while I'm working, cleaning, dishes, cooking. Honestly, yeah, sometimes I even listen to them in the shower. So I'm definitely glad that audiobooks are a thing because I don't have time to read as much as I would like to. So if you haven't tried Audible yet, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial where you can choose 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals. So go to audible.com/meganfox or text Megan Fox to 500-500 to get started right now. Again, that's audible.com/meganfox, or you can text Megan Fox to 500-500 and get started with your free trial today. A book I really enjoyed listening to in the past was Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. Although I do not agree with everything that she has to say, it's a really good book that gives you a lot of food for thought. Also, they have Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. I haven't finished that one yet, but I really like to hear what he has to say. He gets you just pumped up about saving, and yeah, just gives you like the big picture, and yeah, just makes you want to be smart with your money and not just go blow it on little things that are for the here and the now. So yeah, a lot of good titles on Audible. So I definitely think there's something for everyone, especially with the whole idea of the new year starting and just trying to, implement new habits into your life. I love a good self-help audiobook. I feel like it's not a waste of time to listen to them. So just really quickly about me, I am a Mennonite mom from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. I just turned 27. I have 2 children, a girl who is 2 and a little boy who just turned 9 months. If you would like to follow along, if I like to see how, I do things, and we can learn along together, I invite you to hit that subscribe button, and I post a video every Thursday and sometimes more. And so life is really busy around here, but I love my kids, and I love, just having a house and being my own boss and staying at home with them. And then I also love running this YouTube channel and just getting to talk and interact with all of you. And so I told you that my word for 2019 was better, and I was looking for a new word for 2020. Resolutions are hard for me to keep because I kind of forget them. Whereas if you have a word for the year, it just sticks with you all the time, and you can't help but have it in the back of your mind almost all the time. I was thinking about my word being maybe identity for 2020 and just figuring out who I am, but also not being self-centered and thinking about myself too much, because nothing good comes from always being thinking about yourself. You need to think about others and look outward as well. Anyway, I was just pondering that for a long time, and all of a sudden I realized, you know what? I know already who I am. I know what my identity, sorry, words are hard this late at night. I know what my identity is. At the end of the day, all I am really is I'm an example. I'm an example to my kids. I am an example to the world of what a Christian should look like and how they should behave. And I'm an example to some of you who never met a Mennonite before. I'm an example to what that might look like. And you know what? Honestly, half the time I'm not a good example. And I guess that would be my New Year's resolution for this year, to be a good example. They see, like my kids see me at my worst and they see me at my best. And I'm an example for how they should treat their dad. I'm an example to how they should treat others out in the world, the cashier, the mailman, you know, whoever. I'm an example to them. And also I'm an example to, yeah, everybody around me as, yeah, like I said, to what a Christian should look and behave like. So I think that's going to be my word for the year. But example is kind of, I don't know, it's not really the word that I'm looking for. I think I'm going to use the word model. Like try to be a model mother and a model example. And anyway, so I think that's going to be my word for the year, if that makes any sense to you. Model. And I think when we think of models, we think of like beautiful people. And I'm not talking so much about the exterior, but like for myself, I will know what that means to me. I want to be beautiful from the inside and be a good example in all areas of my life. And my husband's over here in the other room doing bookwork right now, and he knows that I'm not a good example all the time, and I'm not a model wife all the time. And so, Josh, you have to hold me accountable. That's my word for the year, okay? Oh dear, what did I dig myself into? Anyway, so all that being said, let's get into this forum that I found online. And I'm not gonna sit here and like react angrily to this because, yeah, I don't wanna drum up a lot of drama. And honestly, I think some of the points that they have are kind of based on truth. They're a little misguided, but they're kind of based on truth. I did a answering your assumptions video a while back, and that was interesting. But you guys also knew I was gonna read them, so I feel like you guys were a little nice. These people, they said at the end, don't let Megan find out that this forum is here, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it's not very flattering stuff at all. It's interesting to see what your enemies have to say about you. I had to think of Daniel in the Bible. He was a leader of a kingdom with a couple other men, or a bunch of other men, and they wanted to get him out. They were looking for any reason to accuse him, and they couldn't find a single one. His enemies could not find a single fault with him. That really hit me, like, wow, can you imagine? Even your enemies couldn't find anything bad to say about you. So I'm like, no, I mean, I'm just like everybody else. There's definitely things that you can say about me that are not flattering, but I don't think that necessarily means you should say them. Anyway, a lot of different things came up here. First, they started saying about how I love my kids and I'm a really good mom. Thank you very much, that's wonderful. But then they went on and they were saying about how I try too hard to fit in with other YouTubers. And I thought about that, I'm like, you know what? That's true, because 2 years ago, I didn't even know that YouTube existed. And so I kind of, when I started my channel, I figured if people were doing day in the life videos or how-to videos, I mean, I wanted to do what worked. I didn't want to just be buried among millions and millions of videos. So I watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research, and I tried to do searchable videos, videos that pertain to my target audience. And so yeah, I'm sure at the beginning I did come across pretty cookie cutter. I didn't try to break out of the mold too much. And I think I've loosened up. I've made videos that I've never seen anybody else make before. They don't always get found in searches quickly, but they're always fun and you guys always love them. Yeah, so I feel like when I do step out of the box, it is usually rewarded. But at the same time, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I'm gonna do what works and what, yeah, gets views and something that I enjoy to do as well. Oh, and then they went on and on a rant about how I strapped my kids in the vehicle and then went inside to turn all the lights off in my morning routine video that I did. And maybe I'm the only mom who does that, but honestly, strapping your kids in the vehicle is like the safest place for them. And I don't just leave them there. I run back in and grab my water bottle, or I turn off the lights or something and I run back in the car again. They're safe, and then we leave for the day. And so I really don't feel like I need to defend myself on that one. In fact, I know people that if their kids are out of control in public, they go back out to the vehicle, strap them in the car, and wait for them to calm down and get them to think reasonably again, and then they can go back into the store or whatever. There's a lot of talk about how YouTubers start out totally fine, and then over time they just become like everybody else and they're just in it for the money and they don't hold their values anymore, and ultimately YouTube changes them. And this one hit me kind of hard because I'm like, that is one of my biggest fears, honestly. I haven't been on YouTube that long, but I have to admit, it has changed me. I'll tell you how it's changed me, okay? So one, I'm a little more stressed out sometimes because I have more on my plate. Two, I feel like a greater sense of purpose because I know I'm doing something bigger than just myself. Three, I feel way happier because I have like a creative outlet that I can do things with. Four, I feel less lonely because I have people to bounce ideas off with. And yeah, I think YouTube has changed me, but I hope it's like in a good way. And I don't feel like our quality of life has changed in any way whatsoever. Like I said, I put all my money in an education pot for my children someday, and it's not like we use it to upscale our lives or anything like that. Somebody was saying about how I like say about living frugally and that I'm buying things in every video and stuff, which I am all about being frugal, and I definitely do not buy things in every video, although, you know, I've done hauls already, modest hauls and stuff in the past, but a lot of that stuff was sent to me, or like I used Amazon links, and so when you guys buy through that, then I can make some money back through affiliate linking. That's a totally honest way of making money, and it's a ton of work to get all those affiliate links together, so I'm not gonna apologize for that either. Here, somebody else said, most Mennonites are super reserved people. They won't kick up a fuss in public, but will more than likely do it behind your back kind of thing. And that is a grain of truth to that, but I think that's everybody's kind of that way. Like, we all hate confrontation, right? But I've been really conscious of trying not to be like that, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes because I am not the type that wants to go just like tell people how it is to their face. It's just not, I mean, I don't like conflict. I want people to like me. But yeah, that was a grain of truth there. But I think you can say that about all humans, which, yeah, we always can work to be better. Concerns were expressed that my children would be very annoyed at me someday that I put them on the internet and stuff. And my response to that is, one, I don't put them on a ton. And two, I'm not sharing anything personal or like negative things about them. And three, all the money is going towards their future education, so they can help pull their weight even though they're pretty young yet. It's not like I'm using them as like pawns to advance myself. It's about me and my life, and then my kids are in the videos sometimes because it's natural and it's there. But yeah, I do think about that sometimes. What are my kids gonna think about this video in the future? And you know, sometimes I just decide, well, I'm gonna leave that part out. And yeah, maybe it's not showing you the whole picture, but at the end of the day, my family does come first. And I know that someday my kids are gonna be teenagers and adults. And yeah, I wanna be very conscious of that and give them the respect that they deserve. Oh, here's another comment. What are they getting out of all this? Are they looking for sponsorships and free handouts like all the others? What are they doing that is so different than anyone else? And honestly, I kind of agree with that. I'm not doing much different than anybody else. I'm not really that special, but I think that's what's cool about YouTube. Like, people don't want to see anything special. They want to see real life. I mean, yeah, it's fun to watch people do crazy things and go on exotic trips and stuff, but at the same time, you also want to know that your life is normal and that there's other people out there doing the same things that you're doing, maybe doing things in a different way, giving you new ideas, giving you like just tips and hacks, and just, yeah, getting outside of your own little bubble a little bit sometimes is a good thing too. And I know I watch people that their lives aren't necessarily super duper exciting, but it's still just neat to see that you're in the same boat with a lot of other different moms out there too. So I think there is some value in that. You don't have to always be, you know, totally exotic and crazy and different. I definitely think I'm overrated. I don't think that I'm, sorry, so I told somebody on an Instagram DM that I would never say that again. My bad. I am special, and everybody else is special too. You know what? God made all of us. We're all special in our own way. We have our own unique talents and gifts and our own personalities. Like I said, I love to watch both their channels because I was so intrigued, but then it became very materialistic and sponsorships every other video. And I did feel really bad about sponsorships at first, honestly, but my husband talked me out of that pretty quickly. And I don't feel bad about it anymore because any video content that you watch, you expect to see commercials. Like TV has tons of commercials. You read a blog post and there's ads all on the side, and we don't get mad about that. Your Instagram, like every fourth one is an ad or a sponsored post. If a brand wants to pay me to talk to you guys about something that I use and I love, I think you guys would willingly sit through it, you know, for 2 minutes before I get into my content. And I don't think it should be a huge problem. I don't have every video sponsored, that's for sure, and I turn down a lot of sponsorships. But at the same time, if I can talk about something that I love and get paid for it, that's awesome. I take as many sponsorships as I feel comfortable with and that I actually use. And sometimes I'll have a brand reach out to me and I would be like, I would love to do a video. Like, they're paying me good money, I'd love to do it, but it's not a product that I actually would use. And so I have to turn them down, and those are the hardest. It's a learning process, guys, and I'm sure I've messed up in the past, and I'm sure I'll mess up in the future. I try to make sure I only do sponsored content that adds to my life and that could possibly add to yours as well. Oh, and they keep going on saying that YouTube's gonna change me. Oh man, that scares me. That scares me more than a lot of the other stuff, because I sure hope not. At least not in a bad way. Or like, I hope here they were expressing concern that maybe I would lose my standards and stuff like that. Honestly, if anything, I feel like being on YouTube would be an encouragement for me to dress even more like plainly and Mennonite and do all the Mennonite things. And that they made a comment about that, making my videos always be, say, Mennonite in them, and like Mennonites are so special or something. I don't think I'm like, being a Mennonite is so special. There's tons of us out there. But for some reason, YouTube got trained that every time I put a video out with Mennonite in the title, it does way better than with Mennonite not being in the title. So it clearly makes business sense. Also, I don't want to be making a video that, you know, hardly anybody watches. So if that's all I have to do to help my chances, then I'm gonna do it if it fits the video. I don't put that in every video because sometimes it would just be really odd. But yeah, I put it in more often than I would like to technically, just because of the YouTube algorithm and trying to get it out to more people. And it's the YouTube algorithm that coined me as that. And so therefore, that's why I use that word a lot. And it's true, I'm a Mennonite, and that's different than, you know, a lot of mommy YouTubers. And so I guess that helps me stand out a little bit. And so that's how I get pushed out to people. So if it has to do with the Mennonite lifestyle, or yeah, me being a Mennonite mom, I like to put that in the title if I can. That way it gets pushed out to as many people as possible. It is sad to see how the changes are mostly negative changes, and at the end of the day, they're doing the same thing as everybody else. I don't know what negative changes you're talking about. I feel like I'm making positive changes, as with talking slower, being a little more raw, a little more open, things like that. But I totally agree with the fact that they're just like everybody else. We are like, I'm like every other mom. I have good days and bad days. I have laundry to do and groceries to put away. And that was kind of my whole point of starting this channel in the first place, to show that we are normal people too. But at the same time, I hope that some of you, obviously some of you have told me that you've seen something very different in my life than maybe the people around you, because you don't see a lot of practicing Christians maybe where you live or whatever. It is painful to watch her with her husband talking in Q&As. Very cringeworthy, and I don't know why she even bothers to drag him into it. I have to say, I think I'm very cringy on my own sometimes. I don't think I need to have Josh there to be cringy with. But yeah, I mean, you throw yourself in front of the camera with your husband. It's not gonna always feel like natural right away. But I feel like once you settle into it and film for a couple minutes, you kind of just get used to it. And it's just like, you forget that the camera's there. And yeah, it's always so much fun when we film together. You guys seem to like it. And I always learn so much about my husband, and yeah, it's so much fun. I don't get to do it enough. I'd love to do it more. Oh, another thing about me not taking care of my kids or making them be in unsafe situations. Who lets their toddlers sit on the counter? I have to wonder if these are moms. I don't know. Like, how else do your kids learn how to cook and stuff without being right there with you? I don't let her close to the like hot stove or to knives and stuff. And I think everybody knows their own kid. Like, you know what developmental stage they're at. I want to involve my daughter in as many chores as possible and yeah, teach her in a hands-on way. So I hope you stop watching if it bothers you. Josh says that seems harsh. I should maybe take that back. How does it make you feel hearing all this stuff they say about me? He said they're just crazy haters. Yeah, it's funny how they keep saying, I'll never watch again, and they keep watching, and they come up with more things to say. Oh my goodness. Anyway, overall, I have to say I was pretty shocked. I can think of a lot meaner things that people could say, and people have, you know, put even meaner comments than that right in the comment section of my YouTube videos. So I was like reading the whole time, really cringing, like maybe I should put this away, maybe I shouldn't read it. But in the end, I think they did have some valid points about like, I gotta be careful and not let this whole YouTube thing change me or feel like I need to up my lifestyle or do like special things or specific crazy things to get views or to get people to like me. And yeah, so I thought that was something to keep in check. But yeah, most of it was just whatever, nitpicky things. And I did want to bring up the fact that you're not gonna jive with everybody. Like there are YouTubers that I've watched and I can't watch them. It just is too slow and like, or they just don't captivate my attention in a certain way. Or yeah, I don't know, everybody has their own things. And I think that's what's so cool about YouTube. Whoever you are, you can always find somebody to relate to and somebody that you like. And if I'm not your cup of tea, then that's fine. I would just encourage you to not click on a video then and just stay away rather than sending all kinds of negative stuff. But yeah, I have to say, for the most part, I thought it could have been a lot worse. I know I am not above reproach in so many different areas. Don't Google yourself. Let me just put it out that way. You'll never know what you might find about yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little chat, and let this video just be a reminder to all of us that we have people watching us, whether, you know, we have subscribers following us on YouTube or, you know, people on our Instagram feed, or just people in your real life, like your own family and friends and neighbors, and the dishwasher repair guy that comes to your house or whoever. You have people watching you and they are learning from you, and you are an example to them. Are you being a good example to them of what a Christian should be like if you're a Christian, or, you know, what a good mom should be like, or just a good human in general, guys. So yeah, I hope this was some food for thought, and I will see you guys on Thursday where I show you the rest of this gorgeous room. And yeah, I will see you all then.